Hi. Today, I'm Little Red Rabbit Hood. The story reference to Little Red Riding Hood. If you like fairy tales movie, we're going to review Hoodwinked. Let's solve the case.
Live a life less ordinary, live a life extraordinary with me. Live a life less sedentary, live a life evolutionary with me.
The story. Let's hear a fairy tale story that will solve the mystery to this plot. Grizzly and Stork are critter cops who are investigating a disturbance of the peace between Granny, her granddaughter Little Red Riding Hood, a big bad wolf and a woodsman. As the duo interviews the parties involved, they suspect Granny is not as helpless as she lets on. Red has hidden motives, Wolf is not much of a predator, and the woodsman might be as dense as the tress he cuts down. The movie was the most funny and hilarious in the most years in 2005. This is Weinstein's company first ever animated production to be ever created. I have only one thing to say about the animation of this movie: they use CGI effects with cartoon sounds when Twitchy the squirrel drinks the coffee when Wolf tells him to go stop the cops for going away. The characters. Now let's see who's cracking the case of the crime. There is not much known about Red's early life, only that she used to work as a delivery girl for Granny Puckett's goodies. There is no information about her parents or her having any siblings. Wolf is an investigative reporter and master of disguise who is really a mystery man. There is not much known about his early life, only that he was possibly living with and raised by wolves. Though known as Big Bad Wolf, he is neither so big and neither so bad as it would seem at first sight. Wolf can look quite uncouth, dry and blunt, he is sarcastic and he often comes up with witty remarks. Though being quite clueless with a comic relief at times, Wolf can be fairly smart and resourceful when things go wrong. Crook is very friendly, warm-hearted, cooperative, thoughtful, and caring, so he cares about others, as stated when he said in the first film that he wouldn't even hurt a butterfly. However, he can be a bit empty-headed and confused at times. In the first film, he wielded an axe without a license, to practice for a callback audition, and was mistaken for a maniac. In the same film, he was an aspiring actor who annoyed his boss Jimmy Lizard and was heartbroken when he lost the audition. He also liked bringing joy to children in his job as the Schnitzel Man. He was delighted when he heard that he will get his job back. At first he didn't know a thing about chopping, but he soon learned thanks to the book Chopping for Actors. Granny is an old elderly woman. She is almost the same height as Red. She has very large gray hair and blue eyes. In the first Hoodwinked movie, Granny wears green glasses, white earrings on her ears, and white pearl beads on her neck. She was also dressed in a green dress, pink bathrobe and blue woolen slippers.
Boingo is introduced as a friendly, innocent, sweet, companionable, well-meaning, and honest rabbit who seems to be one of Red's woodland friends. However, this was simply a facade to hide his true nature: clever, nasty, sly, mean, bitter, sneaky, arrogant, treacherous, greedy, selfish, impolite, deceitful, vindictive, egotistical, contemptible, belligerent, diabolical, conniving, cruel, and overall evil. Now that's all for today. And so I came to say goodbye and seeing the next review, and I live happily ever after. The end.
Well, I hate to be a bother, but it's you and there's no other, I do believe. You can call me naive, but I know me very well, at least as far as I can tell, and I know what I need. The day you came into my life, well, it took the bones of me